Hey, good afternoon. I was waiting for my countdown clock. It did not count down for me this time. Good afternoon. This is Mary Lou Foster. Well, countdown. My phone just notified me that I had gone live and it just slid right off the table almost. Thinking it vibrated pretty good. Alrighty, so now I've got a phone call coming in. Going to message that person. I don't know who it was. Alright. Let's get this party started. Alright, today's card. I believe I started. I said this is Mary Lou Foster. I don't want to just keep repeating myself, but when you get sort of a rough start. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Northeast Texas. I live in Sulphur Springs. And I have a card for you today. I had my card class yesterday, and we made this card. And I'm also, for the month of September, not going to be able to have an in-person event. I'm going to have a card class to go. And the cool thing about it, that card class to go also features this stamp set, Courage and Faith. So I'm calling it my Courage and Faith card class to go. So they got a little taste of the cards. The paper that I'm using today is out of the Hello Irresistible paper. It's an online exclusive. And as you can see there, it coordinates with Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, Soft Seafoam, Flirty Flamingo, and the one we're going to do today is on Pretty Peacock. They're really pretty. Like I said, this is an online exclusive. I will post a link of all the supplies that I'm using today, so if you're interested in looking at it closer. The card that my inspiration card uses this particular piece of the paper, but the card I'm going to make for you today uses a little bit different one. I didn't have enough of this one for everyone to make that card. So here's the pretty one we're going to use today. So this card is a little bit different. I guess you could call it a fun fold card. Usually they're cut 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4, and this one is. But then I cut off 2 inches. How much did I cut off to make it the 4 1/4? 2 1/4 inches. So I've got 2 inches left here. I have 2 1/4 inches. So I cut off 2 inches. But then it allows you to layer a piece on what would be the inside of your card, so that you see the back side actually of that piece. And let me see if that's going to work out for today. Yes, the piece that I have set aside for the inside, because the paper is 6 by 6. So this piece is 2 by 5 1/4. And we're going to use the checks. And then the front piece is the 5 1/4 by 4. Only I want to use this side. I think I need to cut that off just a little bit more. Hang on while I give it. It should be 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. It's been a few days since I prepared this kit. The pretty labels are from now I'm not going to remember the name of the set of labels that I used. Layering Essentials, I believe is what it's called. That it has different shapes and then different sizes so that you could layer them. We're going to use the pretty, this, I don't even know what you call that shape, in Lost Lagoon, because it coordinates really pretty with the pretty peacock. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my inside piece. And I cautioned them to be careful when you're putting your adhesive on that front flap. You don't want to do it all the way around. So leave yourself a nice little border or mat around the edge. That helps just kind of bring out the colors. And I find one way to keep from doing it on the wrong part is to just go ahead and put your adhesive on the card base. And then I want to keep that little border, a little mat, kind of line the fronts up with that layered, the inside layer. I'm going to use my bone holder. That crazy thing won't lay flat. It still won't lay flat. So we have a little bit of that peeking out. And then this just gets mounted on flat. And how much adhesive do we need? So remember, with our Stampin' Seal, you don't have to push real hard to get it to roll. I was doing it too hard and not getting good results, and a little unhappy with it. We're going to stamp Be of Good Courage. This stamp set has scriptures. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. May the Lord bless you and keep you in everything. Give thanks. Be of good courage. And it tells you where the scriptures are from. And then it has flowers and leaves and some other. This like adds little dots to this one, so it looks like you colored in those teeny tiny little dots. We are going to stamp it in Lost Lagoon while we build that label. And kind of towards the top instead of in the center, because I want to stamp the branches along the edge, and they're going to hang off because they are a little bigger than the label, but that's okay. I'm going to use a piece of paper on my workspace, and I'm doing it in Pretty Peacock because Pretty Peacock is a dark color, and it's dark enough to be used instead of Memento Black. And that's going to go along the edge of this one. And you know what? I think I want to go ahead and keep this because I'm going to stamp off the edge ever so slightly. Just with the kind of the ends of those leaves. Look at that. That out of the way. Then we get to color just a little bit with our Stampin' Blends. I'm going to use light Lost Lagoon to color my leaves, and I'm going to use the brush end today. These leaves are big enough that I've got control and can color these leaves. So I'm going to show you the cards that will be part of the card class to go. It uses the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper in small chunks, small pieces, and the stamp set. Your card kit, you will get 6 card kits, the stamp set, PDF instructions. I'll do a video. What else? Everything that you'll need to make the cards, just enough to make the cards. The only product in this one is the stamp set. And you'll get to make 5 pretty encouragement cards. Like I said, I'll show them to you in just a minute. I can't color and show those to you. And let's add, this is Bubble Bath. I just love Bubble Bath. It's a fun color. I guess it's Barbie pink. You know, Stampin' Up! Does their color designations like 2 to 3 years out. So they didn't know Barbie was going to be a thing this summer when they released this new color. But they do follow market trends, and they have market studies that kind of guide them in their decisions. So probably that might have helped. I'm going to add just a little bit of the dark. You don't really have to. These leaves are small enough they don't really need that. But it does add just a little detail. Alright, let me show you those cards. Pretty sure this is a kit you're going to want. The kit is $30. So like I said, you do get the stamp set. And the stamp set is $26. So let me just divide these. And some of them are fun folds. This one is more of a fun fold. This print work will be provided. I'll probably have to cut it for you so that you're not left with a big old sheet. I can email it to you. And the inside is just open for you to write a note, because these are meant to be encouragement cards. You may get different ribbon. I had to use ribbon I had on hand. I have ordered the ribbon that coordinates, so don't be surprised if you see different ribbon. You've been prayed for. That also is some of the print work. We're using the get up. See if I can find it. It's a punch. I'll do that for you. The Petal Park flowers layered. This one is in fresh fuchsia with some vellum leaves, and then the pretty sparkles. So you'll get enough sparkles to make your cards. And then the inside is just decorated so that you can write your own note. Be of good courage. Azure afternoon. But this paper, I mean, this is a full sheet of this pattern. They actually tore paper to get that look. And then there's the sparkle paper, and that is punched out of one of the punches in the annual catalog. Excuse me. This one, I have to laugh because I did it wrong, but I like the way it turned out. I went ahead and adhered my piece of designer series paper on the front of my card and used the dies, those layering dies again, to die cut, which gave me the piece then that becomes the middle. And let your faith be bigger than your fear is also in the print work. And then this one uses one of the stamps in the stamp set. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Look at that paper. By itself, this sheet of paper is busy, busy, busy. So these little pieces are mounted on a separate piece of cardstock. And then there's some vellum. And the inside I have not done anything with. I'm going to go and use some of these. That's probably what I'll put on the inside of that one. But those are the 5 cards that you will make. It's $30. I need your RSVP by Wednesday. And I know that's a short turnaround, but I need to be able to get those stamp sets ordered so they will come in. We are leaving on a cruise the 19th of September. So my goal is to have these delivered by then. And if I wait too long for your RSVPs, then that backs everything up, and then you might not get your kit until after I get back, and we don't get back till September 30th. So you can see where, I know it's kind of hurry, 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 but sometimes you don't have to think about these things very long. If you see it and you like it, it's like, just go ahead and order it. You can email me, you can text me if you have my text. My number is listed on this Facebook page, so it's not a big secret, and it's also on my Stampin' Up! Page. I have extra little flower right there. Because someone stamped it extra or something. I think I'll end up stamping one extra too. It's cutting off a leaf. For sure I want my leaf. When you punch, be sure and get your fingers out of the way. Ask me how I know. I have pinched the whammy out of my fingers. So I'm going to layer these up just a little bit. I mounted that on Stampin' Dimensionals. I was busy talking, so you didn't really see what I was doing. And I'm going to use some glue dots. I picked some of the wider places along the stem or on a leaf. It's okay if the leaves out here on the end aren't stuck down. Do that. And I can get this picked up. Do you use glue dots? This is kind of like a secret weapon of not having to use the stamping seal on these little teeny tiny places. And yes, under the vellum, things do show through, but the cool thing about the glue dots, not too much. And if it does, they're leaves, you know, they're not going to be perfect. And this one, I'm going to kind of put along the side right here because I've got a bow and I have already tied it. I didn't want to sit here and try to tie a bow on my video live. Lay that along the side right there because I figured if I had them tied, then all I have to do is kind of fiddle with them a little bit. I'm going to size this one down and see if I can get this tail kind of more. And I don't want big old long tails. Yeah. So you have a choice. You can put it this direction or you can put it that direction. I think I'm going to size it down just a little more. And size this down just a little more. And get me a glue dot or two. Because I put these on with glue dots also. And this card is almost done. I'm very stuck to it. I think I'm going to do it kind of sideways with the flowers. The embellishments are, let me find them. Lay them over here. These are the Tinsel Gem 3-pack. Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, and Lost Lagoon. And Lost Lagoon is what we're going for on this card. Remember, it coordinated with the paper, even though we put it on peacock. These are so pretty. They're more like balls. Kind of hold that up. They're not flat. They're like half circle, roundish. You can see that very good in the video or not. But they had just that little pop. Just that little pop. So what do you think? This card, even though it uses the same stamp set, how about if we stick this down? And different paper. But I think that stamp set's one that you're going to want in your arsenal, because I'm going to keep that one for encouragement cards. There you go. So I will post the list of supplies that I used, and I'll also put my email so that if you want to sign up for my card class to go using this stamp set for the month of September, you can. So that's all I had for you today. I appreciate your time. Have a great weekend.